It's Karen Jean from Ex Libris Crafts. This is part 3 of our journal making series. What you're seeing right now is different things on my desk that we can use in the journal. It is a bit long, and for that I apologize. But let's get into it and have some fun. In this episode, we are going to be putting all the papers together for the signatures. And I forgot something over there. That's okay. But I started pulling out all kinds of stuff that we can be using in the journal. This here is my case of, I'm just going to go off screen and I'm sorry about that. All my faith-based, this is really just papers and some long stickers that wouldn't fit elsewhere. So I have that. Putting that to the side. My dog is over here doing I have no idea what. Paper. This is a stamp that I got recently at Michael's, so I'll be using that maybe. I don't know. Just put it over to the side. I just wanted to show you all the stuff that we can use for it. More faith stamps and some dies right here. And it's 2 cross dies. One says prayers and the other one says faith. That says faith, that says prayers. So I'm putting that aside. This is the one I just bought at Michael's that was on clearance. It has words like faith, grateful, believe, that kind of stuff. So we could use those, make some die cuts for this. This also has Easter, which it's not, blessings, big blessings, joy. And it has joy, believe, here, joy, believe, blessings, and Merry Christmas with that one. These are more faith stamps. These are just different scripture verses, and these are scripture verses. And this is more for card making, but a couple of scripture verses there. And then this one, I think is more for Bible journaling, but it's there. Oh, now here comes the cat. This is simply a die, which I thought was pretty. Here we have a butterfly, flowers, so I could use that on the edge of a page. I also have other page to cut off the edges of the pages. Here are different little things I got at the dollar store. This is a book, Quotes on Faith. And this one is, I only got one of those. I normally get 2 of them because I might like the quote on both sides. And this is another one about pathway. So there's faith stuff in there too. So I have those. Push that aside. This is for color matching. I have these 4 spools of ribbon. The 2 polka dots, the pink and the green, and then this roll of satin ribbon, and then this thin pink ribbon, which we can use. Every time I'm in the store, I know I need to get more ribbon, but I never know what colors I have, and because I gravitate towards the same colors all the time, I need to make a list of ones that I need. But anyway, so that's going over to the side. What else? Oh, and then I was going through, I have kits over here, and they came with ribbons too. So this one has, well, that color we wouldn't use, but it has this kind of blue, which we wouldn't use, but it has green. This one also has the same green and a yellow. And this one has the same bluish green, the pink and the yellow. So this one, if I needed wider ribbon, this is the one I would probably use. But I just pulled those out as well. And one of those packs also came with pink twine, if I decide I want to sew them in with this color pink instead of doing the yellow. And then I was going through some other bits of my stash, and I have these 3 different types of cards. I got these at the Dollar Tree. Right, there's a cross. And I would cover the back of that with something. And this one I did not get at the Dollar Tree. This one I've had for a while. It's a beautiful watercolor card with a scripture verse on the inside. And then this one I did get at the Dollar Tree. Just sweet little cards. So for planning ahead. And then this is a pack. I should have gotten more than one because they're almost gone, of cards that I got at the Dollar Tree. And it's just little scripture verses on the other side. And I use them a lot. I give, put them in journals a lot. So there's that. Okay, we have our stack of pink paper here, right? Our regular paper. This is our stack of cardstock, printed cardstock. And here is the book itself. Remember, I'm missing something. So if you can see, I don't know, the flowers are like they're growing up. The flowers have an upside down, because if we had the book this way or this way, that would be upside down. So at the end of the last video, I talked about how I pulled these up, no damage at all to the book or the paper, and put them in the correct way. So there's our book ready to go. And what I also have here is I have this block of 6x6. This is just regular weight paper. And some of the colors, again, using my little sheet. That green might work. That would work, So some of the greens might work. Not those greens. Let's see. No. But some of the greens might work, and I don't know about the yellows, but in case I wanted to do something like I can make small envelopes out of these or whatever. So I just have that handy, and I'm going to put that aside here. And then I have this large, it's a 12 by 12 stack of paper that I've had for a long time. Well, a long time. I've had it for a year. And so I want to go through this and pull out some papers that would match, that we can use on the inside. Also, from my last Michael's haul, I have these brads that are doves, right? So I have those set aside over here to use those. But why I said I was missing something is because of the closure, the type of closure I wanted to do on here. And I think I'm just going to put a eyelet on each side in the middle, and then use one of the thin ribbons, make it long, and do a double tie. Like, oh, sorry, reaching over here. Well, this one is actually glued down, but like I have in this little journal. These are glued down. But see, the ribbon is extra long, and it's doubled so that, oops, there we go. Upside down, of course. So that, yeah. So there. Also, let's take a quick flip through. We can get some ideas. I could do, and I made this like a year ago too. That's why things look a little bit different, like the thumb notches. We can make large pockets out of the signature covers like that. This only has the one signature in it and has some lined paper and different types of paper. But yeah, so that's where we stand right now. Okay, I'll be right back. I want to go get the eyelet so we can do the closure, because that book is obviously not closing, and I like to have the closure done so when I'm not using it, I can tie it to train it to stay closed. Oh, here I have, you can see the smaller eyelets where the eyelet metal is small, and then the eyelets themselves are the same size. The hole is the same size, but they're the fatter ones. The question is now, do I want fatter ones, or do I want, oh, that's the color right there, isn't it? I don't think I have that color over here, which is kind of answering the question. There's always silver, but I don't want to do silver. Okay, well, there we go. Now I have different shades of this mauvey pinky thing. So, see, like right there, those are 2 different shades. I don't know if you can tell. I think they came in, there's another different shade. There's that one. That one. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's that one. I thought there was 5. I just have them all here in my bin. Because I like hunting through. Anyway, so there we go. There are the different ones. Now, these 2 dark ones were already too dark. That we know. The question is that one? I don't know if you can see it. Or that one. I'm going for this one. It matches. I think it's more of a match. This one is too light. But this one matches very nicely. So we have that one. And here's another one. That one. Okay. Let me put these aside. Hopefully I will not be knocking them over. And for this one, I am using this single chomper, and I will be using, oops. Looks like, yeah, there's something there. There we go. There. Start with the small side. It is, I don't even remember the size, like a 16th and an 1/8 or something like that. I don't know. But again, we mark it, right? So 3.5. And we'll put it in 1 centimeter. Right? I don't normally work in centimeters, but I like 1 centimeter better than I like 1/2 inch. I'm thinking. All right, let me mark it. Here we go. So there's 3.5. 1 centimeter right there. And hopefully I'll be able to see that. Let's mark the other side as well. 3.5. 1 centimeter. There. So this is an eyelet setter, or quite honestly, I don't know what they call it. But here we go. So we're going to do the smaller one first. Make sure it's unlocked, because I frequently wonder why it's not working, and that's because the darn thing. This little button here, this is obviously unlocked because it's moving. If you press it in this way, then it's locked and it doesn't work. So you gotta unlock it. And this is the smaller one. Let's see if I can get that right there. Okay, that worked. And let's try this one. Right there. Okay. Now, I might need to make the hole bigger. Let me see. Actually, I need to do the bigger hole. Okay. Rather do the smaller hole first. And then need to change to the bigger hole. Then the other way around. You could always make things bigger like this, but you certainly can't make them smaller. Okay. There. Now this one here, you have this top one, you just pull it out. This is the D, and you see there's that size, and B and D. This one, if you can see, is skinnier than this one. So we need this one because the hole's bigger. Now on this one, they have, and this is the one I always messed up, they have these that are like sloped a little bit, and then they have them flat. So there's 2 flat ones for the smaller ones, one for the smaller one for the bigger one, and 2 sloped ones, one for smaller, one for bigger. And that is set. That's set. All right, so let's see. Sometimes I try one and then it doesn't work and I have to go and do the other one. And that one worked. Okay. And let's set this one in. Go in. There. It doesn't take much strength at all, quite honestly. So there's that. I'm going to put that away because we're not going to be using that. We'll be using the big chopper, the Crop-A-Dile 2 Big Bite, whatever it's called, to make the holes for the signatures. Okay, so that is that. Now we need to go back over here. Just put all these away. And, of course, that's the wrong pink, but... well, this green doesn't match the fabric, but it matches the inside. So that's what, so we have, oh, and I forgot to take out my laces and stuff. That one is narrow. And this one it is. This is the one it is because it's the only one we have. Okay, so I'm going to do, I have no idea how big I'm going to make it. Let's do it, oh, gracious. Remember, it's going to be folded over as I do the slip knot through it. 12 inches. No, let's just do 2 feet. And I could always cut it down, right? Could always cut it down. Again, on this one, I can make it smaller, but I can't. This way, I can make it smaller, but I can't make it bigger. So, and both of those, cut them at the angle. Okay. So I'm folding this one in half. This is not angled. Huh, there's my dog wanting to come in the house. Okay. We will flip it through there, right? And then just do this. There. And I might want to put a dab of glue on that to set that. This one also needs to be. We cut it on an angle to prevent fraying. Now, obviously, you know, I have all kinds of stuff in my stash. You just use, that's the wonderful thing about journal making, is just use whatever you want to use. Use whatever you have around the house. There. And I don't think that they're going to be too small, because when you go to tie them, see? All right. You need enough room, my fat fingers do anyway, to tie the bow. So, and then that'll allow for expansion of the journal as well. Okay. Well, that answers that question, doesn't it? Do them at 12 inches. I mean, 24 inches. I can't. Okay, so now what we're doing is putting the scissors aside. Let's pick out what papers we want as the signature covers. I usually use the heavier cardstock for a signature cover. I don't know why, I just do. I guess to give it more support and stuff with the stuff on the inside. What you can also do is use a heavier cardstock as a page in the journal or a couple pages in the journal if you want to like build things up on it. What's nice about these pages is that they're double-sided. Now, what I also have 8.5 by 11 paper. I don't think it's as heavy as this cardstock is, and maybe why don't we throw some of that in there too? All right, so I like this one. So what I'm thinking is that I'll flip up the bottom. Of course, my birdies are going to be upside down, but I can flip up the bottom to make the pocket down below. Unless we do this one, do it this way and make this the inside, then my birdies don't have to worry about it. But okay, so let's do that one. This is that other paper. The birdies we already have. The butterflies I don't like, but I like the crosses, remember. Oh, butterflies I don't like, but I like the crosses. Oh, heavens to Hannah. But if I flip it this way, the crosses are going to be upside down. If I do it this way, the butterflies will be upside down. There's no reason why I need to do pockets on all of them. This is the that. And hello. And we're not using the black and white, so we have very, oh, well, there we go. We have limited solid color. I don't want to use a solid color. So we're going to use these two. And this one, I guess, looking at these two side by side, they don't really match, but I think this one will make a great first signature cover because I know exactly what I'm going to put on it. Okay, so these are going to be our signature covers. We're doing 3 signatures. This one can be in the middle. I have to decide what I'm going to do. Birdies in or birdies out. I like birdies out because of it's all green, green, green. You know what? I'm not going to be able to flip them. I could flip this one, but then there won't be. What I'll do is I'll have to cut it, and then I have the extra, and I could do the pocket that way on the inside. So that way nothing is upside down. This will be on the inside of it. But that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so there we have our 3 signature covers. Let us move this aside. Let us move this aside. Let us move this aside. All right, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go over and raid my 8.5 by 11 solid color cardstock to see what else we can come up with. Hey, I'm back, and these are the 3 colors that I came up with. Those 3 colors, which are more or less the same as those ribbons that we have over there. But I also came up with, let me put that one aside, because I came up with this. This is leftover. This is the one piece that's left over from a spring journal I just did. And the colors, because it's also Echo Park. This is from their Hello Spring package. So the colors are a perfect exact match. Now, on the back side of this, it's journaling cards, you know, spring journaling cards. So that's not going to work. But I can cover that with something. I can actually go through my calendars to see what kind of flowers I can cover it with. So I'm thinking maybe instead of using that solid green one, we can use these 3. What do you think? This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. I really don't like those butterflies. So I need to cover up both of these with something, and that I don't need to cover up. All right, so these are going to be my 3 signature covers. That's a piece of scrap paper. Move that piece aside there. And we will add these in too, somewhere to the journal. Move the book frame aside. Scrap paper all over the place. All right, so these are those. And these are those. Now, I want to go through, wait a minute, what did I do with my little scrap piece of paper? To match colors. To go through here and pick out, see, butterflies. The colors might be wrong. That's nice, but it's awfully bright. So, and this is just paperweight. So this is what I can use to cover the back of those. There's an idea. Oh, nice, but it's the wrong green. There's an idea. Why don't we do that? Pink is fine. That's the wrong green. Let me just... Actually, that really isn't the wrong green at all. Look at that. And... that's not the wrong green at all, is it? I need it to... Of course, the question becomes... Nope. All right, so let's pull that one out as a maybe. Pretty. Wrong color flowers, though. We'll pull that one out as a maybe. I'm not putting black in. There's this pink, which is very nice. So, this does seem to have a bit of a pink theme, doesn't it? Pull that one out as a maybe. What I like about this is that it's still light enough and plain enough that you can write on it and stuff. So we'll pull that one out as a maybe. And let's just continue flipping through to see if there's anything else here that we like. That's really pretty. That is really pretty. But butterflies and butterflies. Let me take a look. I don't know if you're seeing all of this or not. Separated because it's white. I don't know if this is going to, if you're going to be able to see through it. And this is 5 inches, so we would need 10 inches. Cut it to there. So all right, let's pull that one out as a maybe as well. Maybe not the stripes, maybe those two. Let's continue flip-flopping through. Oh, lovely, but the wrong green. That's nice as well. Wrong green. Could do yellow. It's too busy. Matches though. This is nice. Small, but it's also too busy. Oh, but see, there's something else that I should be thinking about here is pulling out papers to make large envelopes. Large envelopes. This is pretty. Envelope out of that. That's the right green. We can make an envelope out of that. Pink is pretty, but it's going to get lost. You're not going to see a lot of it when we make the envelope. So I really need an all-over pattern that is not horizontal or vertical. This has too much peachy orange in it. No. Solid pink. I could do that. strong green. These butterflies, although that has a definite horizontal vertical pattern to it. I think maybe what we can do is, well, that one might be better. Although, is it too orangey? There's a little bit of orange in it. But again, you're not going to see a lot of that. Where was that? That's pretty. Those big pink dots. Well, that certainly goes. So I need, all right, I'm just going to pull this out. And we'll figure what's going to be what. Where was that? Pink flowers is pretty. That yellow. Where's the yellow? Where's the yellow check? What happened to it? It's not a paper that I would normally use. Here it is. I know I said no definite horizontal or vertical, but we can make an envelope out of that and see how we like it. Okay. So we have that, right? That one, this one, this one. Okay. The stripes I'm going to put away, and so we'll do these for the backing of those two pages. And we'll use these for the envelopes. These are the two that we're going to put on the back of here and here. These are the two that we're going to put on there. I'm going to move these aside. And how I'm going to do this, actually, is, if I don't screw it up, although we'll be cutting it down, so if I don't get to the edges, it doesn't matter. I have these here from Scrapbook Adhesives, 12 by 12 adhesive sheets. So that's what we're going to do. Here we go. There. You know, there are directions on how you do it. Like this. Move it aside. Okay. Now my head's going to get in the way because I need to get up really close and personal to make sure that... my cat just attacked me. Yeah. Okay. Those are instructions to for die cutting. Okay. Voila! Alrighty. Now, this is crosses this way, so what we'll do is pull up a corner, keep my head in the way, excuse me. There we go. I don't want to pull up the entire bit of release paper yet. I'm just pulling up a corner, just like I would do, you know, just pulling up a corner and making sure that this is and hopefully this will work without too much of it going crooked. So I made sure that that was as much in the corner as I could get it straight. Feel something there. See, it's going a little crooked off here, but that's okay. Feel something right there. Oh, I guess the paper was a little bit, has a tiny little crease in it right there. So there's one. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And now let's do the second one. Going off a little bit. There we go. And this is a good way to use, oh look, I got big crease right there. This is a good way to also use up some of those 12 by 12 papers, or those papers and paper pads that we don't like. I know I have some 12 by 12 cardstock papers where I'm just not going to use them. I don't like them for whatever reason. And so what I do with that is they're like one-sided, right? They're not double-sided like this, but even if they were double-sided, I cover what I don't like with paper that I do like, and that makes it heavier, and I make that use that for journaling cards, etc. So it's just one way to recycle. Pull this up, make sure it's releasing. Doesn't always release. You have to burnish it down a little bit. Let me get the other sheet. Okay. This is torn out a little bit crooked right here, so hold that down. Lift the corner a little bit. Not a worry, because we're not going to use that little bit of corner that I ripped. There. Okay, here we go. Oh, Lord of mercy. That is crooked. Oh, again, luckily I don't need the full 12 by 12. Oh, dagnabbit, but it is coming off on this side. Oh, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, looks like I got some little bit of adhesive there. Okay. I am going to, so the book is 5 by 7, so I need it 10 by 7. Okay, I'm back. I found some other stuff, other trimmings to use in the journal, like this green vine, right? because Jesus is the vine. This trim I found when I was going through my lace drawer. These are crocheted laces that we could put on the edges of the papers, right, like that. This is very pretty, which I might want to put on the outside edges. And this one is a pretty lace. I have to see, because this one is 3.5 inches. So this is probably going to be the better one to put on the spine, to cover the spine is what I'm talking about, as opposed to, what happened to that other one I just had in my hand? I don't know. Yeah, so, and there's this, which is very similar to this, just smaller. So let's put these aside over here for now. So I cut down, and this is what I'm talking about. So this is now backed, right? This is just the plain white paper. These are the trimmings from when I cut down, and these are also the trimmings from when I cut down these, which, which are going over here in the bin to use. So it just took me a little while to see what part of the paper I wanted to cut down. So there, and very pretty, very pretty. Also, I buy these wall arts at the Dollar Tree, and one of the papers has the dandelions, so I figured we could put some of those in. Let Go and Let God is very nice, and that should fit nicely on the cover of the first signature. I'm trying to find my longer ruler. Oh, there it is, right? Heavens to Betsy. It's right here in front of me. So Let Go and Let God is 4 inches. That'll work. By 7 inches. That will just work. Not all this stuff, but because Jesus. Now this could go, because this is too big. It's like 7.5 inches. So it could go across the middle of a signature. It could go across the spread that way. So that's what I'm thinking there. And that's what these are for. Okay, we have these. So actually I pulled out that paper to see if I wanted to put any of that paper in the journal itself as paper for the journal. But obviously that's not what happened. So we have, and I have to cut the rest of these down as well. First, let me count the ways. I have to iron these too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 9, because we have 3 signatures, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, put that aside. So it'll be 3, and then one of these, 4. These are the envelopes we're making. 4. One of these will be 5, and then a card will be 6. We need more paper.